friends. As you can see, our morning routine has changed just a little bit. I'm fostering 2 ferrets. They are the sweetest little things, and we love them a lot, but our home is much too small for them. And so if anybody local is interested in 2 female ferrets, we are looking for a new home for them. They come with this cage here and then a much larger cage and food and potty pads and toys and leashes and harnesses, and they have a travel carrier, and they come with food and snacks and you name it. These guys are spoiled, and we would like to find them a nice home. As I said, our home is much too small, and we're gone a lot, and they are not hiking animals, and our heat source doesn't allow us to leave the home for an extended period of time because we have wood heat only, and so it's a little bit more difficult to have animals like this. So we are just looking for anyone who is interested, but in the meantime, we are having a lot of fun with them. Hello friends. So I had someone ask me on Instagram how I made my sourdough starter and what was my recipe for my dinner rolls that I showed last week. And so I thought I would just show you my sourdough starter and my bread recipe because it is so extremely simple. So this is my starter, and this one's only a couple months old. And I just fed it, so it's nice and bubbly in there. And I usually keep it in the fridge. The day before I want to use it, I'll just pull it out and it'll come up to room temperature, and I'll feed it, and then I'll use it. So I pulled this out yesterday, and it's all nice and warm, and it's been fed 3 times since I pulled it out, and so it's nice and active. And so I'm just going to go ahead and start making my bread. So I just have my sourdough roll and fry bread is what I call this recipe, but you can do anything you'd like with it. So, and it's not going to be the traditional sourdough. I'm not doing an overnight with it, so it's not going to be it's not going to be true sourdough bread, but I do use the starter and it does make it delicious. So first thing I'm going to do is get 1 cup of the starter. So we're going to do 1 cup of this nice yummy starter. And then I'm going to do a cup of lukewarm water. And our water is normally lukewarm because it's usually hanging up here. And so it is room temperature. So I'm going to add 1 cup. Of lukewarm water. And then I'm going to add 1.5 cups of flour, but I'm going to add it 1/2 cup at a time. adding flour, half cup at a time. I'm just going to keep stirring. It's going to start balling up and pulling away from the bowl. So this is going to make a total of 3 cups of flour right here. We're just going to keep adding flour and kneading until it's easy to handle. And I'll put the recipe below in the description box for the dough. And for the sourdough starter, I started with a 1/4 cup of flour and a 1/4 cup of water. And I did that every day for about 6 days. And then it was ready to use. And you know if it's ready to use when it's nice and bubbly, and then it is active. And then you can just make this anytime you'd like. And if it's not active after 6 days, if it's not bubbly, it doesn't mean you did it wrong. You can just keep doing. And maybe it's just going to take a little bit longer. Super simple. Water and flour. So this is getting pretty well. Just get nice and soft. Just knead it 3 to 5 minutes or so. It's going to be just a little bit sticky, but nice and soft, nice and soft. And then I'm going to oil this bowl. I just have some spray. It's actually got, I think it's got flour in it or something, whatever. Put this into a nice little ball. And then I'm just going to place it in this bowl. Just like so. We got our dough in here, and I'm going to set it over here on the stand for 2 hours because I've got the wood stove going and it's nice and warm right there. So we're going to ask Siri to give us a 2-hour timer, and then we'll come back. So here we are 2 hours later, and our dough is risen completely, filled the bowl. We'll go ahead and take that off, and we're going to bring it over to the counter. Just take it out of the bowl. I'm just going to make some dinner rolls out of this one. So I'm just going to take different pieces, make it into a roll. And I've got these pans already lined with parchment paper. I'm just going to pop it in there. And there we have some dinner rolls, and we are going to let that raise for about 30 minutes. And we have this dough left here, and I'm going to take a bit of that, and I'm just going to make a small loaf, and I'm going to put it in this pan here. And we're going to let that raise for 30 minutes. And then we have this little bit left here. We're going to make a little bit of fry bread with this. Alright, to make fry bread, we're going to take this coconut oil here, and I'm going to melt it in here, and then we're going to fry our bread in that coconut oil. Alright, these ready to go in the oven. Can't see that dial. 375 for 15 minutes. And then we'll put some butter on the top.